What would your life look like 1 year from now if you decided starting today to become just 1% better every single day? Think about that. 1% might sound small, almost invisible, but here's the truth. Small improvements repeated daily compound into unstoppable transformation. Every champion, every leader, every person you admire did not leap to greatness overnight. They built it step by step, brick by brick, through daily choices that shaped who they became. And you have that same power in your hands right now. The reason so many people feel stuck is not because they lack talent or potential, but because they underestimate the silent power of daily habits. We think greatness is born in big, dramatic moments, but the reality is different. Greatness is created in the quiet decisions nobody notices. What you choose to think, how you choose to act, what you decide to give your time and energy to. Those choices shape your future more than any single event ever will. If you've ever felt like you're falling behind, like life is moving faster than you can catch up, it's not because you are broken. It's because you're focusing on the wrong scale. Stop measuring yourself against who you wish you could instantly be and start measuring against who you were yesterday. That's the real competition. Every day gives you a chance to take control, to reclaim your focus, and to create momentum. That momentum becomes confidence, and confidence becomes change. Ask yourself, how would it feel to wake up every morning knowing you're building something, knowing you're not stuck, but rising step by step? How would it feel to look back a year from now and see the undeniable proof of your effort, the kind of growth that no one can take away from you? That feeling is possible, and it doesn't take luck. It doesn't take waiting for the perfect opportunity. It takes improving 5 things every single day. 5 simple, powerful areas of your life that, if nurtured, can transform your energy, your mindset, your discipline, your relationships, and your results. You don't need perfection to win. You need progress. Progress creates hope. Progress fuels belief. Progress makes you feel alive again. Think about the times when you felt proud of yourself, when you overcame something hard, when you grew stronger. What created that pride was not the end result. It was the fact that you showed up, that you pushed, that you proved to yourself you could move forward. That same power is available to you now, hidden in the small daily improvements you commit to making. Stay with me, because by the time we finish, you'll know exactly where to focus, exactly how to build unstoppable progress, and exactly how to step into the person you've always known you could be. This is not just about doing more, it's about becoming more. If you give yourself the gift of just a few minutes to listen, you'll leave with clarity, with motivation, and with a strategy you can begin today. Imagine the energy you'll feel once you're no longer drifting, but driving your life forward. That is the reward waiting for you, and it begins with 5 things you must improve daily. The first thing you must improve every single day is your mindset. Everything begins in your mind. Every choice, every action, every victory, and every defeat is born from the thoughts you allow to dominate your inner world. If your mind is filled with doubt, fear, and excuses, it will shape a life of hesitation. But if your mind is trained with focus, belief, and resilience, it will create a life of growth and strength. This is why your greatest battlefield is not the world outside, it is the world inside. Most people lose the fight before it even begins because they allow negative thoughts to run unchecked. They wake up replaying old failures. They let fear of judgment stop them from acting. They dwell on obstacles instead of opportunities. And slowly, day by day, they surrender their power. But you are not here to surrender. You are here to rise. Training your mindset daily means you stop being the prisoner of your thoughts and start being their commander. It means you learn to interrupt doubt with belief, to replace fear with courage, to silence the voice that says I can't and awaken the one that says I will. Imagine how different your days would feel if your first thoughts every morning were not about limits but about possibilities. If instead of telling yourself you're not ready, you reminded yourself that readiness is created through action. If instead of waiting for motivation, you created it by taking that first step. This is not just empty positivity, it is psychological rewiring. Research shows that repeated thoughts literally shape the neural pathways of your brain. What you think consistently becomes what you believe, and what you believe becomes what you act on. That is why you must guard your thoughts like the most valuable treasure you own. Every day, improve your mindset by feeding it the right input. Read something that challenges you, Listen to something that strengthens you. Speak to yourself with words that inspire rather than destroy. Even 5 minutes of intentional focus can redirect the course of your entire day. And when you repeat this daily, you are no longer drifting. You are deliberately constructing the architecture of a stronger self. There will be moments when negativity tries to creep back in. That is normal. The difference is whether you let it stay. You always have the power to interrupt it. Pause, breathe, remind yourself of your vision, your reasons, your goals, then take action, however small, to prove to yourself that your focus is stronger than your fear. That one action becomes momentum. That momentum becomes identity, and identity is what makes change permanent. Do not underestimate this. People often look for complex strategies to improve their lives, but the truth is, if you win the battle of your mind each day, the rest of your life begins to align. Your energy changes. Your discipline grows. Your relationships strengthen. Opportunities seem to appear because your perception shifts. It is not luck. It is the direct result of a trained mind. So start today. Improve your mindset, even in the smallest ways. Choose thoughts that lift you higher. Protect your focus from distraction. Train your inner voice to be your ally, not your enemy. Because once your mind believes you can, everything else becomes possible. The second thing you must improve every single day is your discipline. Mindset gives you the vision, but discipline turns that vision into reality. Without discipline, dreams remain fantasies. With discipline, they become tangible achievements. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. It is not about perfection. It is about consistency. It is the power to show up, not once in a while, but every day, especially when motivation fades, especially when it feels inconvenient, especially when nobody is watching. Too often, people wait until they feel ready to act. But readiness is an illusion. If you wait until the conditions are perfect, you will wait forever. Discipline is what carries you through when inspiration is absent. It is what makes you move forward on the days when your emotions tell you to quit. Every time you act with discipline, you train yourself to rise above temporary feelings and connect to a deeper sense of purpose. That training compounds. It builds strength of character, resilience, and confidence in ways comfort never can. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from regret because you know you gave your best. It frees you from weakness because you no longer live under the control of impulse. It frees you from doubt because your actions prove to you again and again that you are capable of more than you once believed. Imagine the life you could build if you mastered this. Imagine the health, the relationships, the career, the sense of pride, all born from small disciplined choices repeated daily. The key is to stop negotiating with yourself. Your mind will always try to bargain, to find reasons why you can skip the hard work just this once. But every time you give in, you reinforce weakness. Every time you push through, you reinforce strength. Ask yourself, which version of yourself are you building today? The one who settles or the one who rises? The answer is not found in big declarations, but in the smallest acts of follow-through. Waking up when you said you would. Finishing the task you promised yourself you would complete. Saying no when temptation calls. These moments might feel insignificant in the moment, but they are the bricks that build the foundation of greatness. Psychologists call this the power of self-regulation, the ability to align your behavior with your long-term goals instead of your short-term desires. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes, just like a muscle. And just like a muscle, the beginning feels heavy, even painful, but every rep makes you stronger. Soon what once felt impossible becomes natural. What once required willpower becomes your new normal. That is the beauty of discipline. It transforms difficulty into identity. When you choose discipline daily, you are choosing to be the master of your destiny. You are refusing to let laziness, fear, or distraction dictate your life. You are proving to yourself that you are worthy of the future you dream of. And that proof is more valuable than any external reward. It creates unshakable self-respect. It creates momentum that no setback can erase. So make this your standard. Improve your discipline every day. Show up when it's hard. Do the work when no one claps. Keep your promises to yourself, because when you master discipline, you unlock a power that will carry you through any storm and move you closer, step by step, to the life you were meant to live. The third thing you must improve every single day is your energy. Without energy, even the strongest mindset and the sharpest discipline will eventually collapse. Energy is the fuel that powers your focus, your decisions, and your ability to persist when others give up. When your energy is low, life feels heavier. Small problems look like impossible walls. But when your energy is strong, even the biggest challenges feel like they can be handled step by step. Protecting and building your energy is not a luxury. It is a necessity if you want to create lasting change. Your energy comes from the choices you make with your body, your environment, and your mind. The foods you eat, the way you move, the amount you rest, the people you surround yourself with, all of it either charges or drains you. Too many people sabotage their dreams not because they lack vision, but because they run on empty. They ignore their body, they sacrifice sleep, they feed themselves negativity, and then they wonder why they feel stuck. But you are not powerless. You can choose daily habits that restore you instead of destroy you. Think about how different your life would feel if every morning you woke up with clarity, strength, and a sense of vitality. If instead of dragging yourself through the day, you move with purpose, with energy that spread into everything you did. This is what happens when you make energy a priority. It starts with simple choices, moving your body even when it's uncomfortable, feeding it with nourishment instead of junk, protecting your sleep like it's sacred, breathing deeply to calm your stress instead of letting it own you. These choices seem small, but together they create a powerful force inside you that nothing external can easily shake. Psychology shows us that physical energy and mental energy are deeply connected. When you feel physically drained, your willpower shrinks, your patience collapses, and your focus scatters. But when you elevate your physical state, your mind sharpens, your emotions stabilize, and your ability to push through difficulty expands. This is why athletes train their bodies as fiercely as they train their skills, because energy is not just about strength, it's about resilience. And the same is true for your life. If you want to keep growing, you must fuel yourself to keep moving. Every day, ask yourself what choices will raise your energy rather than drain it. Choose movement over stagnation. Choose water over poison. Choose sleep over endless scrolling. Choose people who lift you over those who pull you down. Each choice is a signal to your body and your mind that you respect yourself enough to give yourself the strength you need. And that self-respect turns into confidence, focus, and drive. When you consistently improve your energy, you are no longer at the mercy of exhaustion. You become someone who carries strength into every room, someone who inspires others simply by the way you show up. Your presence becomes magnetic because people feel the life inside you. And most importantly, you create a foundation that allows your mindset and your discipline to thrive without collapse. So treat your energy like the most valuable currency you own. Guard it, invest in it, and build it daily. Because when your energy is strong, there is no obstacle that feels too heavy, no dream that feels too far, and no day that you cannot rise and conquer. The fourth thing you must improve every single day is your focus. In a world filled with endless noise, distractions, and constant demands for your attention, focus has become one of the rarest and most powerful assets you can develop. Without focus, your energy scatters. Without focus, your discipline weakens. Without focus, your goals blur into the background and you fall into cycles of busyness without progress. But with focus, everything sharpens. Your actions align, your priorities become clear, and your ability to move forward with purpose multiplies. Every day, your mind is pulled in 1,000 directions. Notifications, doubts, opinions, temptations, they fight to steal your attention. Each one chips away at your momentum, leaving you drained without realizing why. But the truth is, you are not powerless against distraction. You have the ability to decide what deserves your attention and what does not. Focus is a choice, and the more you practice that choice, the stronger it becomes. Think about what happens when you give your full attention to something meaningful. Time seems to slow down. Your mind feels alive. Progress accelerates because you are no longer divided. You are united, mind and body working as one. That state is called flow, and it is where your greatest growth happens. But flow doesn't appear by accident. It appears when you protect your focus, when you say no to what does not matter, when you create space for what truly does. Improving your focus daily means training yourself to eliminate the unnecessary. It means setting boundaries that guard your priorities. It means asking yourself again and again, is this moving me closer to who I want to become, or is it pulling me away? That one question can transform your decisions, because most distractions are not evil. They're just costly. Every time you give in to them, you are not just losing minutes, you are losing momentum, you are losing pieces of your future. Psychologists Call this attentional control, the ability to direct your mental resources toward your chosen goals. Studies show that when you strengthen attentional control, your productivity rises, your stress lowers, and your confidence grows. Why? Because you begin to experience proof of progress. You see the results of concentrated effort, and those results fuel belief that you are capable of more. Focus is not about doing more things. It is about doing the right things. It is the ability to cut through the noise and direct your energy where it matters most. Each day, even for short bursts, practice working deeply on what truly matters. Turn off distractions, silence the noise, give yourself fully to the task in front of you. That act alone separates you from the masses who live in constant distraction, never moving beyond surface level progress. When you improve your focus, you elevate every part of your life. Your relationships deepen because you are fully present. Your work accelerates because you are intentional. Your growth compounds because every action is aligned with purpose. And this alignment creates a sense of clarity and peace that no amount of distraction can offer. So guard your focus fiercely, train it, protect it, and refine it daily. Because when your focus is strong, your goals are no longer distant hopes. They become inevitable destinations. The fifth thing you must improve every single day is your character. Skills may open doors, but character determines whether those doors stay open. Success without character collapses. Strength without integrity corrodes. Progress without values eventually destroys itself. Who you are on the inside matters more than anything you display on the outside because your character is the foundation on which everything else is built. Without it, even the highest achievements feel hollow. With it, even small victories carry deep meaning. Character is forged in the choices you make when no one is watching. It is in the promises you keep to yourself. It is in the way you treat others. Not when it benefits you, but when it costs you something. It is in the consistency between your words and your actions. Every day you are shaping your character, either by strengthening it through truth and discipline or by weakening it through shortcuts and excuses. Question is not whether your character is being built, it is whether it is being built in the right direction. Improving your character daily means choosing honesty over comfort, responsibility over blame, humility over arrogance. It means admitting when you fall short instead of hiding behind excuses. It means pushing yourself to grow not just in what you do, but in who you are. When you make these choices consistently, you develop an inner strength that cannot be stolen. No circumstance, no criticism, no setback can destroy someone whose character is deeply rooted. There is a psychological power in living with integrity. Studies show that when your actions align with your values, your stress decreases, your confidence increases, and your relationships thrive. Why? Because you no longer waste energy pretending. You are congruent. You are authentic. And authenticity creates freedom. The freedom to live without fear of being exposed. The freedom to move with clarity. The freedom to grow without shame. Every day, ask yourself, who am I becoming through the choices I am making? This question cuts through illusions. It reminds you that character is not built in big moments, but in the smallest ones. The moments when you could lie, but you choose truth. When you could quit, but you choose persistence. When you could take advantage, but you choose fairness. These moments define you more than achievements ever will. The stronger your character, the greater your influence. People trust those who are consistent. They follow those who lead by example. They are inspired by those who embody the values they speak about. When you improve your character daily, you not only elevate yourself, you elevate everyone around you. You become a source of stability in a world that is often unstable, a light in places that are dark, a reminder that integrity and strength still matter. So strengthen your character each day. Be honest when it's hard. Keep your promises when it's inconvenient. Stand firm when it would be easier to bend. Respect yourself enough to do what is right, even when no one will ever know. Because when your character is unshakable, your success will not just be measured by what you accomplish, but by the person you have become in the process. And that is the kind of success that lasts. When your character is strong, the next step is to expand your capacity for growth. Growth is not something that happens once in a while. It is a lifelong pursuit, a daily commitment to becoming more than you were yesterday. The moment you stop growing, you start declining. Life does not remain still. You are either rising or falling, expanding or shrinking, moving forward or being pulled back. Growth ensures you stay alive on the inside. not just existing, but evolving, learning, and creating a future that is bigger than your past. Every day, you are given opportunities to grow. Sometimes they come disguised as challenges. Sometimes they come in the form of new knowledge, new skills, or new perspectives. Growth is not always comfortable. It often requires you to step into the unknown, to risk failure, to let go of old ways of thinking that no longer serve you. But it is in that discomfort where transformation happens. Growth stretches you, but it also strengthens you. It breaks limitations, but it also builds resilience. The human brain is wired for growth. Psychologists call it neuroplasticity, the ability of your brain to adapt, to create new pathways, to literally rewire itself in response to learning and experience. This means you are never stuck. No matter your age, no matter your past, no matter how many times you've fallen, you can grow, you can improve, you can change, but only if you choose to feed your growth daily. The same way a plant withers without water, your potential shrinks without consistent nourishment. Improving your growth each day means being intentional about what you expose yourself to. It means feeding your mind with knowledge that challenges your perspective instead of numbing it with empty distraction. It means seeking feedback instead of running from it, because feedback reveals blind spots that you cannot see on your own. It means practicing humility, acknowledging that no matter how far you have come, there is always more to learn, always more ways to rise. The beauty of growth is that it compounds. A small lesson today becomes a breakthrough tomorrow. A small skill practiced daily becomes mastery over time. A single decision to rise above fear can change the entire trajectory of your life. Growth is not about speed. It is about consistency. Even if you grow one tiny step at a time, those steps add up. And eventually you look back and realize you have traveled farther than you once thought possible. When you commit to growth, you separate yourself from the masses who settle for comfort. You become someone who adapts, someone who evolves, someone who refuses to be limited by yesterday. And that energy inspires others because people are drawn to growth. They are drawn to the light of someone who is expanding, someone who is alive with purpose, someone who proves that transformation is possible. So make growth your daily responsibility. Learn something that sharpens you. Challenge a fear that holds you back. Stretch your mind, your skills, your vision. Because the more you grow, the more you unlock doors that once felt closed, and the more you step into the person you were always meant to become. Growth is not optional if you want to live fully. It is the path to freedom, to strength, and to a life without limits. Growth gives you strength, but connection gives you meaning. No matter how disciplined, focused, or powerful you become, life loses its depth if you walk it alone. The quality of your relationships determines the quality of your life. Every word you speak, every action you take, every attitude you bring into the world either strengthens or weakens the bonds around you. That is why improving your relationships daily is not just about kindness to others. It is about building a foundation of love, trust, and respect that feeds your soul and fuels your journey. Relationships are mirrors. They reflect back the person you are becoming. If you are filled with anger, negativity, or selfishness, it will show in the way you treat others. But if you are filled with gratitude, compassion, and integrity, it will shine through in every interaction. The way you connect with others reveals your inner world, and the way others connect with you shapes your energy, your focus, and your sense of purpose. You cannot separate personal success from human connection. They are intertwined. Improving your relationships daily means choosing presence over distraction. It means giving your attention fully to the people in front of you instead of letting your mind drift to the endless noise of the world. It means listening not just to respond, but to truly understand. It means speaking words that uplift rather than tear down, and taking actions that prove your care is more than talk. Relationships are strengthened, not by grand gestures once in a while, but by small, consistent acts of respect, patience, and support. Psychology shows that meaningful connection is one of the strongest predictors of happiness and resilience. People with strong relationships are healthier, live longer, and recover from challenges faster. Why? Because human beings are wired for connection. Isolation weakens us, community strengthens us. When you improve your relationships, you are not just giving to others, you are investing in your own emotional strength. But relationships also require courage. They require you to face your own pride, your own defensiveness, your own fear of being vulnerable. Many people avoid connection because they fear rejection. But true growth in relationships comes from showing up authentically, even when it feels risky. When you bring honesty, humility, and love into your connections, you give others permission to do the same. And that creates bonds that are unbreakable. Every day, ask yourself, did I make the people around me feel valued? Did I give more than I took? Did I strengthen the bond or did I weaken it? These questions guide you to act with intention instead of default. Relationships thrive when they are nurtured and they wither when they are neglected. But the power is always in your hands to choose. When you consistently improve your relationships, your life gains depth. You create a circle of support that lifts you higher, even when life pushes you down. You create trust that multiplies opportunities because people believe in your word and your actions. And you create a legacy that goes beyond achievements because people will remember how you made them feel long after they forget what you accomplished. So choose connection daily. Be the person who listens, who encourages, who shows respect even when it is not convenient. Build relationships that reflect the best of who you are becoming. Because in the end, success without connection is empty. But success shared with others is a life truly fulfilled. Connection gives your life meaning, but purpose gives your life direction. Without purpose, even strong relationships, sharp focus, and steady growth can feel aimless. Purpose is the compass that guides your energy, the fire that fuels your discipline, and the anchor that steadies you in chaos. When you live without purpose, you drift chasing distractions that never satisfy. But when you live with purpose, every action feels significant, every struggle feels worthwhile, and every step brings you closer to becoming the person you were created to be. Purpose is not something you stumble upon once and never question again. It is something you must refine daily. It grows as you grow. It deepens as you gain wisdom. Every day you are faced with choices, and every choice either moves you closer to your purpose or further away. That is why you cannot treat purpose as a vague idea. You must bring it into the present moment, into the way you think, speak, and act. Purpose is not just knowing what matters most. It is proving it by how you live. Many people wait for purpose to reveal itself in one grand moment of clarity. But purpose rarely arrives like lightning. It is uncovered through action, through reflection, through asking yourself daily, what do I stand for? What do I want to create? Who do I want to serve? The answers to these questions may shift over time, but the act of asking them sharpens your direction. When you live with this awareness, your days stop feeling wasted. Even small tasks carry weight because they are connected to something bigger. Psychologists speak of meaning as a fundamental human need. Studies show that people who live with a strong sense of purpose experience greater resilience, less stress, and higher levels of motivation. Why? Because purpose transforms pain into fuel. It turns obstacles into stepping stones. It makes sacrifice meaningful. When you know your why, you can endure almost anyhow. Improving your purpose daily means aligning your actions with your values. It means asking yourself not just what you are doing, but why you are doing it. It means saying no to distractions that steal your energy and yes to commitments that align with your vision. It means looking at your struggles not as punishments, but as preparation. Every challenge you face is shaping you for the purpose you are meant to fulfill. Purpose is also not only about you. The deepest fulfillment comes when your purpose contributes beyond yourself, when your growth lifts others, when your strength inspires others, when your work leaves a mark that outlives you. Each day, you have the chance to touch lives, to leave people better than you found them, to move the world even slightly in the right direction. That is purpose in action. When you refine your purpose daily, you stop drifting and start driving. Your mornings gain urgency, your nights gain peace, and your life gains direction. You no longer feel like time is slipping away. You feel like every moment is an investment in something eternal. And that is what gives life its deepest power. So live with purpose today. Ask yourself why you are here, what matters most, and how you can align your actions with that truth. Because once you live with purpose, you are no longer just surviving. You are truly alive. When you live with purpose, your days take on meaning, but meaning must be protected by resilience. Life will not always cooperate with your plans. There will be setbacks, disappointments, and unexpected storms. Resilience is the ability to stand back up, to rise when life pushes you down, to hold on to your vision when everything around you tries to pull it away. Without resilience, even the strongest purpose can wither under pressure. With resilience, even the hardest trials can be transformed into fuel for your growth. Resilience is not about avoiding pain. It is about using pain. It is not about pretending challenges don't exist. It is about facing them with courage and refusing to let them define you. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has faced obstacles that seemed insurmountable. The difference between those who break and those who rise is not talent, luck, or opportunity. It is resilience. It is the decision to turn adversity into training, to let setbacks sharpen instead of weaken, to see failure not as a wall, but as a stepping stone. Your mind and body are wired to adapt. Psychology calls it post-traumatic growth, the ability not just to recover from hardship, but to emerge stronger, wiser, and more determined because of it. This means that even the darkest seasons of your life carry within them the seeds of transformation. The question is whether you will water those seeds with resilience or let them die in despair. Every day you face challenges, small or large, you are given the chance to strengthen this muscle. Improving resilience daily begins with perspective. How you choose to see difficulty determines how you respond to it. If you see challenges as punishments, you will resist them. If you see them as opportunities to grow, you will rise through them. That shift in perspective is not denial, it is power. It gives you the ability to keep moving forward when others freeze. It gives you the ability to extract wisdom from pain and use it to build a stronger future. Resilience is also built through action. Every time you push forward when it feels easier to quit, you reinforce strength. Every time you refuse to let fear dictate your choices, you build courage. Every time you get back up after a setback, you remind yourself that you are unbreakable. These actions create evidence, and that evidence builds belief. The more you practice resilience, the more unshakable your confidence becomes. It is important to remember that resilience does not mean you never feel pain or doubt. It means you do not stay there. You process, you learn, and then you rise. That rising is what separates resilience from mere survival. Survival is about enduring. Resilience is about transforming. It turns hardship into purpose, obstacles into strength, and setbacks into stepping stones toward a greater destiny. When you improve your resilience daily, you stop fearing adversity. You start welcoming it as part of the process, as proof that you are moving, as fuel that will only make your victory more meaningful. You develop the ability to bend without breaking, to carry weight without collapsing, to move forward even when the ground feels heavy. So strengthen your resilience today. Choose courage when fear calls. Choose persistence when obstacles rise. Choose growth when pain arrives, because when you live with resilience, nothing outside of you can destroy the power within you. Resilience gives you the strength to endure, but gratitude gives you the strength to enjoy. Without gratitude, even the greatest achievements feel empty. You can chase success, accumulate possessions, and achieve goals, but if you never learn to appreciate what you already have, your life will feel like a race without a finish line. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present, from scarcity to abundance, from frustration to fulfillment. It does not mean ignoring your struggles. It means choosing to see the gifts hidden even within them. Gratitude is not something to practice only when life feels good. Its real power shows up when life feels heavy. In those moments, gratitude becomes your anchor, reminding you that even in difficulty, you are not empty. You still have strength, you still have lessons, you still have opportunities, and you still have the chance to rise. This perspective transforms suffering into growth and scarcity into possibility. Psychologists have found that gratitude rewires the brain. Consistently focusing on what you are thankful for increases happiness, lowers stress, and builds resilience against depression. It literally reshapes your mental state, creating a cycle where positivity attracts more positivity. Gratitude changes not just how you feel, but how you act. A grateful person works harder, loves deeper, forgives faster, and lives with greater purpose. Why? Because they are not blinded by what is missing. They are empowered by what is already here. Improving gratitude daily means paying attention. It means slowing down enough to notice the blessings you often overlook, the breath in your lungs, the lessons in your struggles, the people who support you, the opportunities disguised as challenges. It means taking time each day to reflect, to acknowledge, to appreciate. These small moments of awareness may feel simple, but they create powerful shifts in your state of mind. When you begin your day with gratitude, the weight of problems feels lighter. When you end your day with gratitude, the noise of worry fades, replaced with peace. Gratitude is also action. It is not just what you feel, it is what you express, saying thank you, showing kindness, giving recognition, offering love. These acts strengthen not only your spirit, but also your relationships. People are drawn to those who radiate appreciation because gratitude makes you magnetic. It reminds others of the good within themselves. It inspires them to rise. When you make gratitude a daily practice, you stop living in constant pursuit of what's next and start living in the fullness of what is now. You stop waiting for life to be perfect before you allow yourself to feel joy. You start realizing that joy is available right here, right now, in this moment, regardless of circumstances, and that joy fuels your courage to keep going, to keep growing, to keep becoming. Gratitude turns your journey into a gift. It reminds you that you are not empty, not forgotten, not lost. You are blessed with another chance, another breath, another day to rise. And when you carry that awareness, every step becomes lighter, every challenge becomes more bearable, and every victory becomes more meaningful. Choose gratitude daily because it will transform not just your outlook, but your entire life. Gratitude opens the heart, but focus sharpens the mind. Without focus, your energy is scattered. Your goals blur. Your progress slows. You may feel busy, but being busy is not the same as being productive. Focus is what takes potential and turns it into achievement. It is the ability to cut through distraction, silence the noise, and direct your time and effort toward what truly matters. Every day, the world will try to pull you in 100 directions, but your growth depends on whether you master your attention or let your attention master you. Improving focus daily is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters most. Clarity creates power. When you decide what is essential and remove what is not, your life begins to accelerate. Progress is not made by spreading yourself thin across countless tasks, but by committing deeply to the few actions that move you forward. Focus demands discipline, and discipline requires sacrifice. You cannot give yourself fully to your goals if you are constantly giving fragments of yourself to distractions. Psychology proves that focus is trainable. Just like a muscle, the tension grows stronger the more you practice directing it. Each time you resist the urge to drift, each time you bring your mind back to the task, you are rewiring your brain for greater control. Studies show that deep focus not only boosts productivity, but also increases fulfillment. Why? Because being fully present creates a sense of flow, where time disappears, creativity expands, and your entire being aligns with the work at hand. Every day you are making a choice with your focus. Either you are feeding your growth or feeding your distraction. Either you are building the life you want or drifting into a life you never intended. Small moments of focus compound into massive results over time, just as small distractions compound into regret. That is why training your focus is not optional. It is essential if you want to rise above average and live with purpose. Focus also builds confidence. When you prove to yourself that you can stay committed, when you follow through without giving in to every impulse, you begin to trust yourself on a deeper level. This self-trust becomes a powerful force because it tells your mind, your body, and your spirit that you can rely on you. And when you can rely on yourself, you become unstoppable. To sharpen your focus, you must create space. Eliminate the distractions that drain your attention. Guard your energy as if it were treasure. Protect your time from anything that does not align with your vision. Every distraction you say no to is a yes to your future. Every moment you reclaim is a brick placed firmly in the foundation of the life you are building. When you focus daily, you stop scattering your power. You concentrate it, you channel it, you turn it into momentum that carries you further than you thought possible. Focus is not just about achieving more, it is about becoming more. It is about proving to yourself that your mind belongs to you, not to the endless noise of the world. And when you master that, nothing can hold you back. Focus gives direction, but energy gives life to that direction. Without energy, even the clearest vision collapses under fatigue. Energy is not just physical strength, it is mental sharpness, emotional balance, and spiritual vitality. Every decision, every action, every goal you pursue depends on the energy you bring to it. If your energy is low, your potential is limited. If your energy is high, you can face challenges that once seemed impossible. The quality of your life is directly tied to the quality of your energy. Improving your energy daily means honoring your body, protecting your mind, and fueling your spirit. It means realizing that energy is not created by chance. It is cultivated by choice. What you eat, how you move, the way you rest, and the thoughts you allow into your mind are all either charging you or draining you. Too often, people try to push harder without first addressing their energy. But pushing on an empty tank only leads to burnout. Sustainable success requires sustainable energy. Psychologists and neuroscientists confirm that energy is cyclical. Your body and brain function best when you respect their natural rhythms. Rest is not weakness, it is strategy. Nutrition is not about restriction, it is about fueling performance. Movement is not punishment, it is activation. When you align with these truths, you stop treating your body as an afterthought and start using it as a foundation for greatness. Your energy also comes from the unseen, your emotions and your mindset. Negative thoughts, toxic environments, and constant comparison drain more energy than physical exhaustion ever could. The mind consumes energy at an incredible rate, and when it is cluttered with stress or doubt, it robs you of the strength you need to grow. On the other hand, positive emotions, meaningful connections, and purposeful thoughts act as powerful sources of fuel. Gratitude, hope, love, and determination generate energy that lasts far beyond the physical. Every day you are given choices that either build or break your energy. You can scroll endlessly or you can rest intentionally. You can numb yourself with unhealthy habits or you can fuel yourself with actions that make you stronger. You can let people drain you or you can surround yourself with those who lift you higher. Your energy is your responsibility. No one else can protect it for you. No one else can replenish it for you. You must decide to guard it, to grow it, to improve it daily. Energy is the foundation of consistency. It is the reason some people maintain their progress while others burn out halfway. When you learn to manage your energy, you stop operating in cycles of extreme highs and lows. You begin to live with steady, reliable strength. This steadiness gives you the power to keep showing up long after others have given up. When your energy is strong, your focus is sharper, your resilience is deeper, your gratitude is richer, and your character shines brighter. Everything improves because energy flows into everything. Protect it, build it, renew it daily. Your energy is not just fuel for your goals. It is proof that you are alive, capable, and ready to step fully into the life you are meant to live. Energy fuels action, but discipline ensures that action is consistent. Discipline is the bridge between intention and reality. It is the force that transforms goals into results. Without it, dreams remain distant, plans stay on paper, and progress stalls the moment motivation fades. Discipline is not about punishment, it is about alignment. It is choosing the long-term reward over the short-term impulse. It is proving to yourself day after day that your commitment is stronger than your excuses. Discipline is freedom disguised as restriction. When you control your habits no longer control you. When you master your time, time no longer slips away from you. Every small act of discipline strengthens your willpower, and willpower, like a muscle, grows with use. Each time you follow through when you don't feel like it, each time you rise above comfort and step into effort, you are building the unshakable self-trust that success demands. Psychological research shows that people with higher self-discipline are not only more successful, but also happier. Why? Because discipline reduces chaos. It removes the constant battle of indecision. Instead of wasting energy negotiating with yourself every day, you create patterns that carry you forward automatically. Your energy is preserved, your focus is sharpened, and your life moves in alignment with your values. Discipline is not about massive dramatic acts. It is built in the small choices you repeat daily. Waking up on time, honoring your commitments, finishing what you start, saying no when it matters. These actions may feel small in isolation, but together they form the architecture of your destiny. A disciplined person does not wait for perfect conditions. They act despite imperfect conditions. They do not wait for inspiration. They create momentum through action. Every time you choose discipline over impulse, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. Those votes accumulate. They shape your identity. You stop saying, I want to be disciplined, and you start saying, I am disciplined. That shift is powerful because your actions flow naturally from the identity you believe in. Discipline becomes less of a struggle and more of a reflection of who you are. Discipline also protects you when emotions try to lead you astray. Motivation will fluctuate, excitement will fade, fear will rise, doubt will whisper, but discipline remains steady. It anchors you in action regardless of how you feel. It ensures that progress continues even on the days you feel weak. And ironically, those are the days when discipline strengthens you the most because it proves that your commitment is not dependent on mood, but on decision. The truth is, discipline is not restrictive. It is empowering. It allows you to build habits that free you from the grip of distraction, laziness, and regret. It allows you to move forward with clarity, knowing that your actions align with your vision. It gives you the peace of knowing you are not sabotaging yourself, but strengthening yourself. When you practice discipline daily, you become unstoppable. Obstacles may appear, but you will not fold. Temptations may call, but you will not bend. Challenges may rise, but you will not quit. Discipline turns potential into power and power into progress. And once you live with discipline, you discover that the life you once thought was out of reach has been within your grasp all along. Discipline builds structure, but courage gives that structure life. Courage is the force that pushes you beyond safety, beyond comfort, beyond the invisible walls that keep most people trapped. Without courage, discipline can become routine, and routine without growth leads to stagnation. Courage is what transforms ordinary actions into extraordinary breakthroughs. It is the decision to move forward even when fear is loud, even when the outcome is uncertain, even when failure feels possible. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in spite of it. Every person feels fear, fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of change, fear of not being enough. But the difference between those who rise and those who remain stuck is not who feels fear. It is who acts anyway. Each courageous choice strengthens you. Each bold step expands your capacity. Fear shrinks when you face it, but it grows when you avoid it. Psychologists reveal that courage is not a fixed trait. It is built through repeated action. Each time you take a step into the unknown, your brain learns that you can survive uncertainty. Each time you push past hesitation, your confidence increases. Courage builds momentum, and momentum builds belief. This is why the bravest people are not fearless, they are practiced. They have trained themselves to choose action over avoidance again and again until courage becomes part of who they are. Courage also fuels authenticity. It takes courage to be yourself in a world that pressures you to conform. It takes courage to speak truth when silence would be safer. It takes courage to walk your path when others do not understand. But every time you choose authenticity over approval, you strengthen your inner freedom. You release the weight of pretending. You stop living for the expectations of others and start living for the calling within you. Every day you are presented with moments that demand courage. The choice to begin something new. The choice to leave behind what no longer serves you. The choice to stand firm when resistance rises. The choice to admit mistakes and grow from them. These moments may feel small, but they are life-shaping. They build resilience, expand opportunity, and draw out the best within you. Courage is contagious. When you live with it, you inspire others to do the same. People watch your boldness and realize their own strength. They see your willingness to step forward and are reminded of their own capacity to rise. Courage does not just transform your life, it transforms the lives connected to you. And the truth is, courage rewards you with clarity. On the other side of fear lies growth. On the other side of risk lies progress. On the other side of discomfort lies transformation. When you choose courage, you choose the life you are capable of, not the life you are settling for. So strengthen courage daily. Face the conversations you've avoided. Take the steps you've delayed. Stand in your truth when it shakes. Each act of courage builds the foundation of the life you dream of. And as you live with courage, you discover that fear was never the enemy. It was only the gateway. The life you desire stands on the other side, waiting for you to claim it.